More and more Gen Zers are saying no to four-year colleges and universities and saying yes to traditional trades like welding and plumbing. A new article in the Wall Street Journal explored the reasons behind Gen Z's move to become the quote-unquote tool belt generation and how they could be the solution to the shortage of skilled workers in the United States. The author of that piece, Wall Street Journal reporter Chen, joins us now to talk about it. This is fascinating, and we've heard it's not new.
No, I feel like there have been
spikes when this has become a thing. But I'm curious, what is it about this particular point in time that has these young people looking more and more at vocational schools and trades? And which are the jobs that you found are the most popular?
Yeah. So first of all, college is expensive. It's been getting more expensive. And for generations, we have had this idea of college for all. That has really been something that we've pushed on a lot of students to think that you've got to go to college, and if you don't, there's no real alternate path to success. At the same time, we are living in a really uncertain world with the rise of AI, with a tough job market out there for a lot of college grads. We're seeing a lot of employers do things like drop their college education requirements as we face sort of a skills mismatch in this country. At the same time, we're seeing figures like, for example, there was a recent study out by Burning Glass Institute and Strada Education Foundation, which found actually that among college graduates, half of them are actually working in jobs where bachelor's degrees aren't even needed. And so, not surprisingly, all that is conspiring to create a feeling of skepticism. Do I need to go to four-year college to be successful? Do I want to take on that debt? Is it the only path? Are there alternate paths out there? And so if you look at some of the figures, at a macro level, we are talking about last year a 16% jump actually in enrollment in vocational focused community colleges. And that's the highest, if you look at overall enrollment, it's actually at the highest level since the National Student Clearinghouse started tracking this data in 2018.
Wow, that's really... Sorry, go ahead. No, this is also fascinating. Go ahead.
I was going to say, you asked about what programs are the most popular. If you break it down, you can see, for example, with construction trades, that's one area that has seen a pretty striking jump in that time period since 2018 of around 23%. Likewise, vehicle maintenance and programs in HVAC, vehicle maintenance and repair and install and all that, it's gone up by 7%. So those are some of the more popular areas.
We're both children of immigrants, right? And I think a lot of people who are children of immigrants experience this thing where, your parents are like, you got to be a doctor, a lawyer, it's got to be this. And I remember arguing with my mom and saying, well, maybe I don't want to go to college. Maybe I want to try something different. And it just could not. Her mind could not accept that. It
was basically, if you want to be a welder, you can do that after you go to college.
Right, basically. But I'm curious now if, the views are changing when people think about the trades, when they think about plumbing, welding, electrical jobs. What are the impressions that people have?
That's a really good question. So 100%, that stigma still exists, I would say. If you think about, we're living in a society where for generations we have that sense that college is the optimal, right? And anything other than that is less than. And not surprisingly, that does show up still when we're talking about attitudes, even among, younger workers, Gen Z, et cetera. If you look at survey data, you can see that the strong majority of Gen Z would be interested in vocational schools offering paid on-the-job training, which is a lot of how you get into the skilled trades. But at the same time, you see around 3/4 of them also saying that there is a stigma associated with going to trade school versus a four-year path. That said, I would say that that stigma is changing when you speak to high school counselors across the country. They will tell you that for years, shop class, this idea of vocational education has been perceived as something for kids who are the troublemakers or the kids who aren't really academically on track, they can't hack it, et cetera. But there has also at the same time been rising, new technologies, whether it's in robotics or new machine tooling technologies that have come online that are in many cases helping change this impression of some of these skilled trades.
So, Tipping, real quick before we go, this may be an unpopular sort of thought process, but it's also that there are a lot of colleges in this country, and not all colleges are equal. That's something that Paul Fussell wrote about many, many years ago in a great book called Class, which is that we have thousands and thousands and thousands of universities now, so they may not be the choice for a lot of young people. This is a fascinating discussion.
Yeah.
We got to leave it there, though. Thank you so much for your article. It was really great. Thanks for joining us.